Hey guys, I am here for Molly's 14-month update. She's done a whole lot of stuff in January that I want to talk about. The biggest news is that she is officially 100% walking. It took about 2 months from the time that she really got serious about taking steps to the time she no longer crawled. I didn't call her officially walking until she stopped crawling, and it took her a little bit. First, she did little shaky steps here and there, and then she got a little bit better. She wasn't able to stop before, so she would walk until she just fell over. So then she learned to stop, and she learned to turn and walk in a different direction and learned to balance a lot more. And then she finally learned how to bend over and pick an object up and then stand back up. And then the last thing that she learned, and the one thing that was really stopping her from 100% walking, was standing up entirely on her own without any help. And once she learned how to bend over and pick things up, she figured out finally how to stand up on her own, and she has pretty much not crawled since then. So she is officially walking a little bit before 14 months old. The other big news this month is that her nap schedule has finally changed. She is finally out of the swing, and I haven't used it in a long time. She was not addicted to the swing. She didn't depend on the swing. I just used the swing because it was like the safest place I could leave her and go do stuff while she napped because she was buckled in. What I really wanted to do was use my futon mattress and lay that on the floor, but it was at my sister's house. I finally got it back because she didn't need it anymore. And so what we did was we just took the arms off and laid the frame on the ground and then laid the mattress on it, so it's basically on the ground. And I'll rock her once she gets tired at about 1 to 3, something like that. I'll like rock her in the lazy boy and she'll fall asleep, and then I'll take her and I'll lay her down on the mattress and let her sleep. And her naps aren't very long anymore. They're only about 45 minutes long, which is really sad, but I think she's going to be one of those kids that kicks naps pretty soon. She does sleep in the car pretty well, so if I can't get her to nap and know that she needs one, I'll probably just put her in the stroller and go for a walk once it gets warm, or take her for a drive or something like that. But she does get the naps she needs. She's still kind of working on getting them at the same time every day and getting them so that they actually work with her going to bed schedule. She still goes to bed at about 10ish. When I put her to bed, I can get her to go to bed at maybe like 9:45. I just rock her in the dark and she'll just kind of drift off. And then I put her in her crib. Sometimes she doesn't wake up, sometimes she does. It's hard for me to bend over her crib because I'm pregnant, and I end up dropping her the last like 2 inches and it wakes her up and she gets mad. But if she cries and I just like leave and close the door, and I'll wait 10 minutes, and usually she'll go back to sleep very quickly. Of course, there are different types of cries, and when she cries that cry, I don't leave her, I go get her. But usually it's a cry of either she's mad she got woken up or just mad that she's in her crib, but she'll calm down and go to sleep pretty quickly after that. Molly is currently sick with her first cold. She got it a couple days ago, and it hasn't been too bad. Her nose has just been like super duper snotty. She doesn't have a cough, thankfully, and she is still able to sleep. She's been sleeping a lot more than usual. She's been taking like 2 naps a day, and that's good. She needs it. And she's been not eating as much, and she has been not wanting to do much. She's been nursing more, which I'm totally okay with. And she is recovering from her cold now. My husband has the cold really bad. He has a sore throat. I don't really have it yet. Like, I kind of feel it in the back of my nose a little bit, but I don't know if I'm not going to actually get it or not. I really hope I don't, because if I do, I'm going to have it for like 2 weeks because I'm pregnant. But Molly seems to be doing fine. I don't think she has a sore throat, but Ben thinks she does, so she might. And if she does, it's not really affecting a whole lot. She's still pretty much herself, just really, really tired. So for a nursing update kind of thing, she nurses once a day, except now she's nursing twice a day because she's sick. But she nurses once a day. She's starting to kind of gag when she nurses, so I'm thinking she might be starting to wean a little more. I am not forcing her to wean. If she wants to do extended breastfeeding and nurse till she's 4, I have zero problem with that. So we will see what happens. I think she's going to stop fairly soonish, although she does like to nurse once a day, and I am absolutely okay with that. It just really hurts my nipples because I'm pregnant, but I don't have a problem with her nursing if she wants to, because she needs it. As for eating, she eats everything we do. She is just starting to learn how to use a spoon. Sometimes if we're giving her yogurt, she'll actually take the spoon from me and like feed herself, and she'll start to stick her hand in the yogurt and eat it. But then after a while, Ben did that with her and was filming her, she actually started using the spoon. So that's awesome. So she might be starting to use a spoon soon. And she'll like put it upside down and like go like that, but she'll get it. I mean, obviously, she'll figure it out. So I'm kind of excited that she's learning to use a spoon. She doesn't get a whole lot of food other than finger food right now, so she doesn't really need to use utensils yet, but I know the time is coming, so that's great that she knows what she's doing. A teething update is that her bottom right molar is coming in. It's pretty much all the way in. About halfway through the month it started to pop through. And I noticed this one is starting to come in as well. She has, I don't think she's been like too cranky about it, but she's definitely been like chewing on more things and sticking her fingers down there and everything. I don't know if her top ones are coming in or not. Molars are really hard to see on a toddler that's running around. So it's kind of, you just happen to glance when they open their mouth wide enough and see if you see any teeth. And definitely her bottom molars are coming in, and her top ones are probably going to follow shortly. I think she's probably going to have all her teeth not long after she's 18 months old, which is in a couple months. She is in 12 to 18 month clothing. Like, I pretty much just put her in 18-month stuff and it fits her just fine. She still wears 12-month clothes. I have noticed lately she's starting to outgrow some of them. Like, the onesies are getting kind of tight, so I think she's probably growing a little bit taller, and she definitely has gained a little weight from her appointment. That was, what, like a month and a half ago. She is closer to 20 pounds. I don't know if she's at 20 pounds yet, but she's definitely 19 pounds. She's getting really heavy, which is fun with me, because most babies this age are well over 20 pounds, and she's not. She is also still in size 4 Love's diapers. She has been in size 4 diapers since she was like maybe 8 or 9 months old. And she's starting to wear shoes. She wears, I think, size 3. She wears Robies, and those don't have like sizes. They're like 6 to 12 month size. That's the size that she wears. They fit her just fine. They run big. One thing that she's been doing is if she needs help with something, she goes to us and asks us to help her, you know, like in her little way. Like if her sippy cup is empty, she'll bring it to us and give it to us, and so I'll fill it with water. And then the other day, I guess her feet were cold, and so she grabbed her shoes and went over to Ben and like gave them to him, and then held her foot out for him to put them on. So that was really awesome. Another thing that she does is she is starting to help me dress and undress herself. Like, she'll actually hold her feet out for me to put her shoes on now, which before she like hated anything on her feet, so that's a huge improvement. And also, she's starting to kind of like try to pull her own clothing off. It won't be long before she will, and she'll strip, and that will not be so fun, but that's okay. She'll take her arms out of sleeves and in sleeves and stuff, and she'll just try to help me as much as she can, which is really nice. I mean, it's not like 100%, and she doesn't do it all the time. She still sometimes fights me on getting dressed, but she is starting to really get involved with dressing and undressing herself. Another big thing that's like kind of sad, but really not really, is that she had her first haircut. I really didn't want to cut her hair. I wanted to be like, hashtag uncut, like when she was 5. But there was just no way. She has no cowlicks or parts or anything on her bangs. And so her bangs literally go straight in front of her face. And no amount of brushing, blowing them to the side, pinning them to the side made a difference. When we used barrettes, she just pulled them out. And I don't know how to put hair in little ponytails. I'm way too scared to do that. Maybe after like my 5th child I'll be able to do that. But I'm not comfortable doing that on her hair yet. So she needed a haircut. And so my dad just has a little razor, and so he just like lightly touched it all the way across, and it's to her eyebrows. So now we can finally see her eyes again, and it doesn't look that bad actually. It looks totally fine. Now that it's been like a week or two, it looks great. So yes, her bangs, and her bangs were just longer than the rest of her hair anyway, so it looks totally fine now that her bangs are like pretty much the same length as the rest of her hair. So I don't know if eventually I will grow her bangs out or not, but whatever, who cares? It's hair. Hair isn't that big of a deal. And I guess the last thing I want to say is that she's starting to really repeat us. We'll tell her to like say something and she'll try to say it, especially words like ball. She said ball finally, and I have a video clip for saying ball.
Ball.
She also says mama and dada, and I think she knows what they mean now, and she says thanks when we give her stuff, or like thank you. And she'll just say other stuff. She babbles all the time. She's so cute, and she's just the sweetest little girl. We love her so much, and I'm just so happy that we got such a chill and easygoing child for our first baby. And since I announced it, I can say this now. Molly is going to have a little sister at the end of June. So Molly will be about 19-ish months old, and she will have her baby sister. And so we're all very excited about that. Molly has no idea what's coming, but hopefully she won't be too upset by it for too long. So there's her 14-month update. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.